Hi YouTube, Regina here from Simply Fundamental. This is the second video in a series where I'm covering different types of spending personalities that I see that could hinder one's ability to save adequately for retirement. You may or may not find yourself recognizing your own spending behaviors in some of these personalities. And so I'm going to continue on with the series. The first one I covered was the person who confuses their ability, the payment plan, with their ability to be able to afford something. So they use payment plans and installment plans to fund their life. And so most of their life is on loan to them. So if you didn't catch that video was from the other day, and you can find that within my channel. This second one is a little bit sensitive because it covers quite a bit of the population as a whole, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all parents do this. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. But if you recognize yourself as a parent and your parental spending behavior in one of these two, parental spending, then there are things you could do to try not to relive your past and try to spend which is more in line with your budget. And even if that means changing some of the things you do, buy and give your kids. So let's get straight right into it. So if you're trying to relive your past in your spending behavior, then you could be doing this and potentially running the risk of going severely into debt to fund this type of parental spending style. So if you're raising children and you're trying to either give them all the things that you enjoyed or all the things that you might have missed out during your own childhood, then you could be at risk of doing one of these two things. There are two individual parenting styles, and they invest heavily in providing their children with experiences, activities, and things that, again, they either cherished or they wish that they enjoyed in their own childhood. They're driven by a deep desire to ensure their children have a fulfilling and enriched upbringing. And so they're coming from a really good place, but this may put limitations on their ability to save adequately for retirement. And so they're trying to stop their children from missing out on things or from being disappointed. And their aim is to create a childhood that their kids that align with their ideals and their aspiration. And it often means overspending. So the first one, and I'm looking down at my notes a little bit, I'm sorry about that, is the nostalgic provider. This is the parent that is driven by nostalgia. They're focused on recreating joyful moments that they experienced in their own youth. They remember the excitement maybe of family vacations, of traveling, to theme parks, and maybe they want to give their children, they go through giving them elaborate birthday parties or taking them on Disney vacations. And maybe they are enrolling them into after-school activities that they themselves enjoyed in their youth. And so they're seeing it as a way to pass down happy memories and traditions. This person tends to be very enthusiastic and sentimental, and they have a strong emotional connection to their past. They find the joy in watching their children light up with the same happiness that they once felt. So their spending style is living somewhat in their past. And it's a constant motion of trying to recreate that past so that their child can experience all the things that they once did. And they may have to stretch their budget to do this because things cost more today than they did back when they were growing up. And it's a known fact that everything has gone up exponentially in what it cost in the past. And then there's more to give than there ever was before. So there's always more opportunities for spending. So this nostalgic provider just sees everything falling within what they want to give their kids. And everything they do is in the pursuit of their children's happiness. But it comes sometimes, unfortunately, you'll see parents spend and have absolutely nothing for themselves. So that's the nostalgic provider. The next one would be where I would potentially fall under if I were a parent, because, I was one of 12 kids, and so my parents did not have a lot to give. I did not do any extracurricular activities. I didn't go on school trips. I didn't go on family vacations. I didn't do any of that. And so I could fall under the aspirational giver if I was trying to be more focused on giving my child the opportunities that I missed out in my own childhood. So that's where the aspirational giver comes in. They've grown up feeling deprived of certain experience, whether it was extracurricular activities, travel, or simply the latest toys. And now they're determined to ensure that their children don't ever feel the same. They invest in a wide range of activities, and it could be things from enrolling their kids in music lessons or going to the more costly round of trying to sign them up into specialized camps or even enroll them in private schools. Their goal is to provide their children with every possible advantage and experience that they themselves wish they could have had. This individual has a strong sense of determination and ambition. They equate these opportunities with a pathway to success and happiness. And they believe that providing their children with a wealth of experience, they are setting themselves up. They are setting them up for a better future. However, they might feel an underlying pressure to keep up the societal expectations, or even with the lifestyles that they see other families living. And it may find themselves paying for costly things or programs or trips that is well beyond their means. And they're doing it all in the hopes of giving their children a rich, well-rounded upbringing that they themselves lacked. So it's very dangerous spending style to have as a parent. Now, both the nostalgic provider and the aspirational giver, they have common characteristics. They equate spending with caring, and they believe that giving their kids more, whether it's in the form of things or experiences, is the key to a happy childhood. I can tell you, it isn't. Kids just want their parents' love and attention, and parents sometimes see spending as love. Their quest to provide can put a financial strain on the whole household. They are willing to make financial sacrifices, often at the expense of their own financial well-being in the future. And they perceive that it's justified because their kids should not be lacking. Their motivation definitely stems from a place of love and a desire to create a fulfilling life. But it leads to an ongoing cycle of spending, and it puts an emotional strain on their lives. If you recognize your own parental spending style as one of these two, either it be the nostalgic provider or the aspirational giver, my hope is that you focus instead on experiences that you can give your children that don't require a lot of money, and create new memories, and that your children see you saving and investing for your future. This is a really tough one for me because I'm not a parent, and I know that I have a lot of siblings, and so I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I love giving. It is one of my love languages, I guess they say. And so for me, giving just gives me joy. And I know it comes from my childhood. I want my nieces and nephews to have a wonderful, beautiful life. And sometimes I have to remind myself that it doesn't mean money. Anyway, this was a tough one for me. And I'll cover the next one on the next video. Hit like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.